Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Mystic Path. This will be your full moon in Leo reading, January 28th. Again, if you're watching this at a different time, time does not really exist. It is an illusion. So the messages, when you found them is when they're meant for you and your journey, okay? So, don't get so hung up on if you're not watching this during the full moon or whatever. These are the cards we're going to be using today. Lynn Strider Tarot, Radiant Rider-Waite for clarification. Here's our disclaimer for Watson the cat. I've been doing readings this morning. He was a little involved. Then he went and took a nap. And I just heard his little collar bell. So it sounds like he's up from his nap. He may be joining us. You know how he does. Okay, Energy Oracle, Beyond Lemuria, Whisper of Healing. All amazing decks. This Lemuria deck is starting to become one of my faves. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle a little bit here. Full wolf moon in Leo. Me to cut the cards, so I'm gonna. Okay, so before I pull energy, let's talk a little bit about full moons. We talk about them on this channel. Well, we talk about all the moons, but just really quickly, a little overview. Full moons are really good for letting things go. Taking a pause and being mindful of whatever it is you just went through or whatever it is you're struggling with right now, and then determining if it's something you need to let go of to move forward. Full moons are really good time to do that. The energy is always really supportive of that. I think, they want me to say that the best way to let things go is to not do it in like an angry, hateful, I'm mad at you, I never want to see you again, I never want to talk to you again, whatever it is. Those aren't really healthy endings that are going to benefit you. Those are going to cause you probably other karmic issues that you're going to have to deal with, right? Because if you have an ending with somebody and you curse them out, then that's going to create some karma for you to where eventually you're going to have to go back and apologize to that person. Or if you want to grow and become a better human, that's what you would do ideally, is you would go back to that person and apologize. I handled that incorrectly. I shouldn't have reacted that way, right? So they want me to kind of say that, we have to start learning to lovingly let things go. And what I mean by that is honoring, like, let's just use a relationship as an example. And this can be a relationship with anybody, a family member, a friend, a boyfriend, a husband, a colleague, a boss, what's best for both parties involved is to, if something's not working out and it's time and what's best for everybody to move forward, then sometimes it's just best to don't regret what just happened. Don't be angry about it. Don't be upset about it, right? Honor it. Honor the fact that you had the experience. Because even if it was a horrible experience, the experience becomes a building block of who you are, right? You're a different person because you had that experience. So even the worst experiences in life teach us things, we grow from them. So we have to start learning to lovingly let things go and to just say, listen, I honor the time we spent together. There were some amazing times, there were some not amazing times, but I've learned a lot, and I'm a different person than before I knew you, and I'm not gonna harbor resentment or anger about that. I'm gonna say to you, thank you for giving me this experience because I learned and evolved during it, and I think it's just that this experience has run its course, and now it's best for us both to move into separate directions. And I wish you the best, and I hope that you find happiness and all those things. Now listen, I get that's not always easy, okay? 10 years ago, I went through a horrible divorce, and it's because I wanted an ending and he did not. And so then he spent a good year and a half fighting me just to stay connected, right? So it was very stressful. He was like fighting me over stupid things that cost like $10. And then it got to the point where I was just like, I don't want to fight with you, right? It's time for us to move forward. So take whatever you want and let's just move on. And he just was not in a place to be able, and if I'm being honest, the way he was behaving triggered me many times, and so I wasn't my best self either, and I wasn't always able to say like, thank you for teaching me, for triggering me and teaching me things, right? There were times I was like, F you, I despise you, you've ruined my life. Okay, and again, that's the point they're trying to make, is this way that we like when we go into relationships, we're all excited and loving and it's amazing, but the way we exit relationships a lot of times can be very toxic and hateful and aggressive. And the guides just want us to know that like it's time for us to evolve, right? It's time for us to start seeing people for who they are and not labeling them and not judging them. And sometimes we just have to lovingly say, you know what? We have different love languages, or we have different communication styles, and we've tried and tried for years to bridge the gap of our differences, and it hasn't worked. And so maybe the best thing for both of us is that we move on and find other people that match us vibrationally in a different way, that can communicate, that we match communication wise or love language wise or whatever it is. So that's kind of what they wanted me to say is, because this energy with this full moon coming in, well, a couple of things. It's the full wolf moon, and I know everybody makes a big deal out of like labeling the moons different things. And so I just kind of wanted to explain. Somebody said to me recently, like, I don't even understand, like, what's the difference between a harvest moon, a wolf moon, And so I want to talk briefly about that. And again, I want to say quickly, there are lots of talented astrologers on YouTube, on the internet, that know a lot more than I do. I just dabble in astrology. So please do your own, if you really want to know more and more in depth, do your own research, find a good astrologer. I recommend to everybody getting your natal birth chart made and read, because once you start to understand the stars and the planets' alignments under which you were born, it really does give you insight into your personality. At least it did for me. So I do recommend that. And if you go in the description box below to the mysticpath.me, our website, there will eventually be a category on there that talks about getting your natal chart. In the meantime, a good place to go that you can get one for free is cafeastrology.com. So just keep that in mind. And then we'll go back to what we're saying now. Okay, sorry. So basically, why do we have all these wolf moon, harvest moon, blood moon, right? So these those labels kind of go back to, way back, Gaelic traditions, Druid traditions, Celtic traditions, things, way back before we were very connected, and we were all just kind of, humans were just trying to figure things out on Earth and trying to understand. They would name the moons for different things, because, for example, a harvest moon, that happened at the time, a harvestful moon happened at the time that they were like harvesting the crops. So it only made sense that then the culture labeled it, well, this is a harvest moon, and, we're prosperous and abundant during this time because they had just harvested, so they were prosperous and abundant, right? So I looked up and did a little reading, and the wolf moon basically just means it's the first full moon of the year. Okay, the first full moon of the year in many, many cultures is called the full wolf moon. And that is probably because, back in the time where we were like cave people and Native Americans, travelers wandering the earth, native indigenous people is what I should be saying, not just Americans. There's some programming for you. Slipped right in there, right? Anyway, so in January and February, this is when wolves are like most active and reproducing, and their packs are out and about together. Okay, so that's kind of why humans started associating the first moon of the year with the wolves, because they probably saw more wolves around during that time. Other kind of things, the wolf moon is like, because wolves are symbols of loyalty and protection. Okay, so something really good to do right now, I was talking earlier about letting things go, honoring what things were and releasing them, so that we can move forward in healthy ways without any extra baggage, without any aggression or anger or resentment or whatever it is towards the thing you're letting go. Full moons are also a really good time to reach out to loved ones and like reaffirm your connections and deepen your bonds with those kinds of people. I mean, with your people, with your tribe, In this particular full moon, the energy is going to be a little bit intense. It is a full moon in Leo, and the way the planets are, this energy for this full moon, you might be feeling depressed, you might be feeling melancholy, you might be feeling really moody. Some of you may be feeling rebellious or stubborn or dissatisfied with things. There's also an energy that's ripe for feeling abandoned, and then all of these feelings of like dissatisfaction, stubbornness, depression, melancholy, rebellion, abandonment. Those feelings, those are all very intense things. So that could lead you to repressing your emotions, because who wants to deal with all of that stuff, right? Those are some hard things to deal with. So you might, in this full moon, feel this instinct to just repress what you're feeling and like, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't recommend doing that. I'm speaking as a recovering repressed person, okay? My family was very repressed. There weren't a lot of emotions in my familial structure that were accepted. Anger was accepted and happiness was accepted. That's about it. Crying was not okay. Sadness, not really okay. Compassion, not really okay. So I learned as a child growing up that like anything I was feeling, I had to either turn it into happiness or anger, because those were really the only emotions that were allowed without criticism in my familial structure. So I learned to repress any other feeling I was having, or I didn't repress it and I turned it into anger, which isn't great either, right? So I do not recommend repressing things. You may feel, because I've spent years in therapy unrepressing all that stuff. So I do not recommend repressing your feelings. You may feel the urge to do so, but try to be mindful, take a step back and think to yourself, okay, would it be easier if I just face this stuff right now in the moment? Or is it going to be easier 5 months, 6 months, 5 years, however long, when this stuff has now built up and I've blown up like a steam kettle and I now have to face this stuff, right? I've kind of learned after years of therapy, it's much better to address it in the moment, quickly, rip it off like a Band-Aid, get it done, move forward. Because then you have a clear channel and you feel good and you're not holding on to things and resentment's not festering and building, right? So, anyway, so I just want to bring that up. We're gonna go into the reading here, but one more thing they want me to mention is during this full moon, if you're in a love partnership, a romantic relationship, a love partnership, there's also going to be some tense stuff happening there. The energy is ripe for like misunderstandings, hasty decisions, derailments of the relationship, conflicts in the relationship. So again, let's just be mindful. If we're feeling triggered or we're feeling any of these feelings I've described, depression, rebelliousness, let's just try to stay in our power and remember, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. Might not be the best time to have a serious communicative conversation with my loving partner, because it might then turn to conflict, misunderstandings, hasty decisions, right? So, like I know I was just saying it's better to deal with things in the moment. It is. But what I'm saying is, if you're feeling really depressed and lonely and abandoned, and you don't feel mentally capable of handling that trigger in the moment, then take a cue from your intuition. It might not be the right time to deal with it. If you feel your intuition pushing you to deal with something in the moment, then definitely do it, okay? All right. Full moon, full moon, full moon energy. What is the energy for the group watching? What is the energy coming in for the group watching? 2 cards, please. Oh, okay. Walking away, hostilities, okay? Hostilities, that's kind of, it's perfect for all the stuff I was just subscribing. What? They must want me to say like, share, and subscribe. It helps me as a channel if you do. Also comment if this is resonating. I always like to hear if it's resonating. Okay, so what we were just talking about, the energy is ripe with all this dissatisfaction, stubbornness, depressiveness, melancholy, hostilities, repressed emotions, abandonment. Those all can fall under hostilities, hostile type emotions, right? So let's now see, what is the energy in the collective of those who are watching? What is the energy in the collective of those who are watching? Two cards, please. Whoa, okay. Or 3 cards. High heart chakras at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that's kind of A little bit of a nod to what I was just saying about loving partnership relationships. You're really gonna have to stay in the love, to kind of keep these energies from like triggering you and taking you into conflict this full moon. So we have journey to wholeness, soul star chakra, merging with the divine, our ancient future. Okay. All right. I want me to get one more energy card. One more energy card for the full moon, please. What are the energies coming in for this group? One more. Whoa, there it is. Healer of the ages. All right. I understand why they... Okay. So this is what I'm getting so far. Kind of what we've already talked about. The energies coming in are going to be ripe for conflict. All the things we've already talked about. Dissatisfaction, melancholy, repression. But that energy is also very supportive of you walking away. What was I saying? Full moons are about letting things go, releasing things. We have this walking away card. And look, I'm being drawn to this little fairy who's guiding her away. So I feel like that's one of her guides. That's either her higher self, her soul, guiding her to walk away, or it's like her spiritual team. Leads me to believe it's her spiritual team because we have here healer of the ages and our ancient future. Okay? So what I'm getting from this is like we're always being supported by our ancestors so that we can break the patterns and attachments that they all had, and we can heal, and we can then journey to our wholeness, to being whole and sovereign and happy and neutral, not affected by the outside emotions and energies of others, right? And this soul star chakra card, these are like your higher up chakras, like above your crown chakra, okay? Like there are several chakras in the ethos. It's a little advanced, but this is one of those, and it says merging with the divine. So what I'm feeling here is right now your ancestors are with you and they are guiding you so that you can find yourself and really connect to your own gifts and intuition and really connect to source energy. And I say it all the time, whatever that means to you. Source energy could be, you may call it God, Allah, some people, the universe, Mother Nature. It's whatever it is to you. I call it source energy because I feel like the word God has been hijacked by organized religion, and they kind of misinterpret what the energy of God is. So I don't like using that word because what it brings up for people is like religious programming. So I always say source energy, even though source energy is God. It's just that unfortunately humans have misinterpreted what God is with religious programming. Okay, so whatever you call it. But what I'm feeling here is this might be a really rough full moon. You're going to be called to face some really dark things. But the good news is, if you can face those things, like the good news is you're being supported by your ancestral spirit team. And if you can face those things, you're going to be healed. And then you're going to find this journey to wholeness. Look at this card. Never mind the fact she's got amazing boobies. Which I just noticed she's like topless. Sorry, YouTube. But look at how amazing. She's just so peaceful and serene and like not a care in the world. And look at it. It's like she's drawing in all of the energies of the universe into her. And look how balanced everything is. And, again, right around the heart, right around the heart. It's like you can heal yourself by facing your deepest, darkest things. And then you become a whole new person. You get a whole new successful journey to your dreams. Oh yeah, that's what they're saying. Oh yeah, to your dreams. They're getting a little cheeky. That's because this is I've done a couple of card readings today, and once I really start getting into it, they start playing around and having a little bit more fun. Okay, so they get a little cheeky. All right, let's get a story for those watching, please. For those watching. Okay, what's that trying to come out? Two of Pentacles, decisions. Which would make sense with the walking away, right? All right, let's get the story. What is the obstacle for this full moon? Wow, okay. 10 of Swords reversed, 2 of Swords. I mean, what was I saying? What was I saying just now? Decisions to be made. Then we get the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Swords in reverse. It's like you're feeling super okay. One more. Let me get one more before I start talking. I think I know. Okay, or 2 more. That's fine. Bottom of the deck, Lovers. Okay, underlying issue. Maybe this may be a love relationship for some that I'm talking about. For others, not, as I'm hearing. So if it resonates for you as a love, for your love relationship, then take it. If it does not resonate for your love relationship, then this is just take it as your soul growth message, okay? Yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant. Okay. Clarify the Hierophant. Page of Wands. Okay. All right. So, this is what I'm getting. Is that during this full moon period, you're really gonna start. You're gonna start feeling like either you have felt this way for a while, or you're gonna start noticing that you're feeling very stabbed in the back because somebody can't make a decision, or somebody didn't make a decision in regard. This is in regards to love. So if you're not in a love relationship, or this isn't resonating for you as like a partnership, everything I've said so far, then this is not a reading for you, because I'm hearing this is about a relationship. This is about somebody couldn't make a decision and couldn't decide, and always felt like I have all these options, and because I have all these options, I'm just going to give you the bare minimum, and I'm not going to really commit, and you're just going to have to take that energy. I'm laughing because they're saying in my head, that half-ass motherfucker energy. Okay, excuse the cursey words again. I'm sorry, YouTube, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling you feel the obstacle for you during this full moon is you feel very betrayed and stabbed in the back because somebody isn't making a decision in love here. Somebody is half-assing their effort. That's what I'm hearing. And I think you're being faced right now with whether or not to walk away from this person, because this feeling of being stabbed in the back, it's making you hostile. It's making you angry. It's making you aggressive. You don't like it. You don't like acting that way or feeling that way, and you're starting to realize that, like, this is not the person I want to be. And I'm gonna have to take charge. This person, okay. This person is indecisive, won't make a decision, thinks they have a ton of options, and so you're making the decision is what I'm hearing. You're trying to figure, it's making, you don't like how it's making you. You don't like how you're feeling, and so you're contemplating walking away. And like I said earlier, I feel like your spiritual team is guiding you. They're telling you, you need to leave all this behind you so that you can become the best version of yourself. Because this anger and hostility and these low vibration feelings you're feeling, betrayal, like those things aren't serving you. All right, let's see. What is the outcome? Okay, what is happening? All of a sudden, I can't shuffle. Okay, what is the outcome in this situation? Okay, the hangman just tried to come out. 10 of Wands in reverse. For the outcome. The energy right now is aggressive. That's why these cards, I can't, they're like flying all over the place. I can't even manage them because the energy running through me is like aggressive. All right, what's the outcome? Somebody is pissed off. Okay. Anything else? 4 of Cups. Okay. No. Okay. All right. One more. The funny thing is the hangman has tried to come out again. So that is just saying to me, the fool. Okay. So the hangman keep coming out. And bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. All right. So this is what I'm getting for the outcome. What I'm getting is... And the hangman kept trying to come out, which means like being in contemplative mode and starting to get enlightened and see things for what they are. Okay? So this is what I'm getting. What I've already said. Somebody here has made you feel all of these yucky low vibration feelings you don't really like feeling. And it's because they've half-assed this relationship. They've been very indecisive. It's almost like they don't really want to commit because they're always trying to keep all their options open, and it's almost like now they're starting to move into this. Well, maybe I should offer them a little bit of commitment, because what if some of these other offers fall away, and that's really pissing you off. You feel like, I've been here and been loyal to you this whole time. Loyal from the wolf, right? I've been here and I've been loyal to you this whole time, and all you've given me is this half-ass energy, and I feel angry about it and betrayed about it. And now I'm ready to act. I am ready to walk away and get in alignment and move forward. Okay, the 10 of Wands represents carrying burdens, and it's in reverse. So that means, and the 4 of Cups represents holding on too tightly. The Fool, new beginning. The Hangman tried to come out twice, which is about like contemplation and becoming like aware of the truth of. So this is what I'm getting. The outcome in this situation is you're realizing, I don't want to hold on to this anymore. This person, again, I'm hearing half-ass motherfucker. Okay? This person is the half-ass motherfucker, and they're not really giving you the time and energy and effort that you deserve, and so you're ready to walk away. You're walking away from this, you're releasing your burdens, you're letting go, and you're moving into a new beginning with the Fool. Okay? Let's get an advice card here. Okay. Advice for those watching here. What is the advice? Advice for those watching who resonate. Well, there it is. Sensitivity. I'm laughing because, no joke, all of the readings I have done for December and January, either the control card or the sensitivity card has come out as advice. So, it's amusing because you can't make this stuff up. Okay, sensitivity. Being sensitive means you feel energy on a deeper level than most of the people around you. You may sense or know what other people are feeling or thinking. You may also take on the feelings or moods of those around you. You may find that your fears become amplified when your sensitivity is heightened. To heal this cycle, learn to confront your fears. Work towards getting to know yourself. You need to be aware of your feelings so you can tell when you are being unduly influenced by the energy of others. Developing your intuition will help you manage energy that's not yours. Sensitivity is depicted in this image as a wood nymph. Her face is half hidden from view. The moss covering her face brings attention to your fears. The darkness around her face suggests a fear held in the mind. This fear may not be warranted. It is up to you to face your fears. The lightness shown at the nymph's solar plexus represents your personal power. This is a reminder that you hold the strength to overcome this and any other situation. Okay, that's a great card. Yeah, what I'm getting here is you know that this situation is not serving you. And some of these, I'm getting right now as I was reading this card, some of these hostilities and this low vibration energy may not be yours. It may be this person. Because this person you're dealing with here seems a little manipulative. They seem a little sneaky. Like almost like they take pleasure in knowing that they're holding you back, or that's not right. Not that they take pleasure in knowing they're holding you back. They take pleasure in knowing they have you wrapped around their finger. That's what I'm hearing. They think they have you and you've given them your power. That's what I'm hearing. And this outcome here, and this walking away, and these healer cards, this tells me that, yeah, you're starting to become wise that they think that, and you're like, no, dude, I'm going to show you who holds my power, and it's me. And as you take your power back and walk away from this person, you're going to start realizing that a lot of these energies you've been feeling weren't yours, they were theirs. Okay. I hope this was helpful. In this new year, my kind of little mantra I've been ending all these readings with is be kind, be authentic. Because that's what the world needs more of right now. Kindness, understanding, and authenticity. So I hope this helped. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, evening, whatever it is, whenever you're watching this. I wish you all the love and light and healing that you deserve. And namaste.